Hi everyone, here to share with you my next project for Country Craft Creations using the Authentique Sea Maiden collection. Today I'm going to share with you how to make a shaker frame using the Country Craft Creations pre-cut chipboard frames that you can find in Tammy's store. I will share a link at the bottom of the video on where you can exactly find these chipboard frames. She sells them in 3 different sizes, a 4x4, a 2x3, and a 5x7. Today I'm using, and here's the frames. Now these are looks like the 4x4s, and this is how they come. Today I'm using 2 different sizes. I'm using a 5x7 a 5x7. Actually, I'm using the 6x7, and then also the 5x7, 5x6 ones. It's the 2 that I'm using. 5x6 and a 6x7 one is the 2 that I'm using today. So what I did on mine before I started is I wanted the white edging on my frame once I finished it. So I went ahead and took some of the just regular acrylic paint and just lightly went around all the edges of my frames, and also on the inside as well, just so I could have that little white on it at the end. And then I'm going to be using the Authentique, like I said, papers from Sea Maiden. I'm going to be using 2 different ones on that. I'm also going to use acetate, and I've already cut mine to cut. And these are just protector sheets is what I'm using. I didn't have any acetate. I thought I did, and so I'm actually just using protector sheets that I cut. And then I'm also going to be using the sea beads from the 28 Lilac Lane Buttons and Galore and more little elements that Tammy sent me in my kit for my shaker thing frame. So let's go ahead and get started. So along with the 2 frames, you're going to need a piece of chipboard that's cut by 6x7 for the backing, and then I also cut 3 pieces of 6-inch chipboard by a 1/2 inch to give it the opening in the back to slip your picture in. And then for my back of my picture frame, I cut a 2x6 and then a 2x2 or 1x2 piece of chipboard as well. And then I have my paper strips that I cut at 1 inch and then scored down the middle at a 1/2 inch, and then cut a 2-inch piece off for my back of my frame. So that's what I'll be using today. And then also to decorate, I'll be using the Petaloo textured element flowers, and then a few of the pearls from the kit here, maybe some buttons, may use a charm. I'm not real sure how I'm going to decorate it, but we'll see where we go. So to begin with, like I said, I just took a little bit of the white paint and I wanted to give it some texture. So we're going to go ahead and start by gluing on our acetate. And I cut a piece. Now, as you can see, I didn't have enough, so this is from the page protector. This has that white on it, but it's still going to work. So taking my first piece, I'm going to add my glue around the back of my frame. And I'm just going to line that white piece up along that line so that way it works. So even when you don't have the perfect piece of material for your project, you can improvise by using what you got, as I'm going to show you. So sure it's down. Move that over here to let that dry, and then I'm going to add my other piece of acetate. And this is going on the back of the larger frame. So this is my 6x7 frame. Now I don't see where Tammy has these in her, listed on her store, but she's the one that sent these to me, so I'm assuming she has these sizes. And I'm going to just line that up. And again, make sure it's adhered down. Okay, and I'm going to let that one dry. Bringing this one back over. Now, I did say I had two of these, so I am going to put these two together and actually glue them together. So, and I am going to make sure that I have lots of glue on this so it will adhere and doesn't come out, because I'm going to put my seed beads in there, and I want to make sure that they're not going to have a way to slip out. So, and I want to just make sure that applying pressure to make sure it's glued down. And go ahead and start with our paper strips. Now what I did was I cut the strips. I just measured from here to here, edged it, and then cut strips, and then mitered the corners so that they would sit on the corners there. So I'm going to be using the color I can't even talk today. Seagrass ink to edge my, and this is by Prima. So I'm going to go ahead and ink all my edges here. I'm not going to do the corners. I'm just going to do the outside and inside edges. This ink is just perfect for this paper. I love it. Just the contrast that it gives. Okay, put that over. Set that over there so it'll dry. And I'm going to add glue to my paper. is really a quick and yet cute project to do and give for somebody. So now I'm going to go ahead and ink the top ones. And again, I'm just doing the inside and the outside, not doing the corners. And I cheated a little bit. When I cut these, on the back side I put if they were right or left, so that's why I'm looking at the back. Okay. My wipe here. Some glue in there. I don't want to get it off. Okay. So before we do the other side, I'm going to take my 3 strips and I'm just going to put them right against the edge of the back of the large frame. And what this is going to do is just give you a little bit of width between this and the backing, so it allows you to be able to slip your picture right in. And again, these are just a 1/2 inch. I cut them a little bit shorter than the actual frame itself. That way it'll give me some room for my picture edge. And I didn't come all the way up to the top. Again, these are just 6 by a 1/2 inch. Well, that one don't want to stay. More glue. Let that dry. All right. So I'm going to get my sea beads. And you can even use the sequins, but I think I'm going to use the sea beads. And I'm using a measuring spoon because that's the only thing I had small enough that I figured I could get in here. Now I'm taking my front frame and I'm applying my glue, and I'm going to be very generous with my glue here because I want to make sure that these beads don't slip out. So I'm putting it around the frame, around the outer edge, and in the middle. I want to secure adherence there. And don't put, like I just did, and put glue on your all right. Now I might have put too many beads in there, but I kind of like it. Flip it over, and I'm going to add glue right here to the pieces that I added on. And I'm going to add my 5x7 chipboard that I cut as my backing. You know what? I don't think I cut it right. Okay, I'm going to have to trim my chipboard because I obviously did not cut it right. That's okay, it'll work. Now, so that gives you that little opening up here so you can slide your picture in. Okay. And then for the back, now you can put paper on here if you like. For the video, I'm not going to. But you're going to take your paper strip and adhere it like that to the top, one edge. Okay. And then you're going to take the other edge and add glue. And so that way you have your bend. And then I got to figure out where to put it. And then you got your stand. Alright, and that's going to hit, I wanted it a little bit alright. Now, just to decorate, let's see what we have here. Fun to find the different buttons and just kind of play around with them until you come up with what you, as embellishments, and they really do work. Okay, let's see. I like that one better. Maybe I'll just put this one up here. Okay. Now to add it in. So, I glue on my flowers. I really like this button because it has all the, you can see that it has a little shimmer on the to it. Okay, there you go. Real quick, cute, simple project within 20 minutes once you cut your chipboard out. And there's my and I'll go ahead and add a picture in there so you can see exactly what it looks like with the picture in there. But I gotta go find one, and then I'll take a picture, and then I'll share. Thanks for joining me. Have fun. Bye.